Okay, I don't know why I took this trade. It just looked like a good trade at the time, but looking back at it now, it's not really a good trade, so I exited. It's USD-CAD. So basically, price, let me do that. Okay, so it had an engulf in here, right, at 7 p.m. So because it had an engulf in here at 7 p.m., I was like, okay, that's a pullback, right? We can just take that down. Um, but I don't think that's a like a proper pullback enough to do it, you know? So I just ended up exiting the trade. Basically, I'd want to wait for it to pull back at least a hair, right? I'm not going to get all sloppy because this wasn't an engulfing that broke, you know? Like, so what I'm thinking is, so this rule says here, like an impulsive engulfing, right? So if it was an engulfing candle that broke and made a new lower low, like this one here, for example, then we can continue to take it, right? But, and then you can see here we had, well, this wouldn't have count. Then we get the engulfing here, and then we can take it from here, right? And engulfing here, we can take it from here, right? But this engulfing wasn't like a fresh, the one on my charts right now, this wasn't an engulfing that broke. You know, it was just an engulfing. So I needed to have like a proper pullback in order to give us that rejection in order for us to go, you know, like I just think that it being up here and getting the rejection to then sell is kind of does like it that kind of means the forward didn't have a proper pullback, right? So I'm not really comfortable with that. So I want it to be like, you know, have a proper pullback to here. And then when it has a proper pullback, because this is an area of interest as well too on the daily, and it rejected that. But this is not an engulfing. This is just like uh oh, I think that's why I took it because it's like a rocket candle, right? Uh, I ended up jumping out the trade, but you know, yeah, if it's a rocket candle or an engulfing, but usually I want it to be like like this, but the top half is like closed. Let me see. Template. I think that passed. Yeah, that's under. Um, this is counter trend anyway, so we don't want to look for it that way. This is an engulfing, right? Making a new engulfing. So, or making a new lower low with the engulfing, so then we can just take this pullback here and drop. Um, we need to find one in trend. So we're in trend here. Nope, that clearly didn't pass. We're in a bullish trend here. Engulfing, and then we can go up, pull back, break the low. We broke the low. This was one of it here. So it kind of had like a little wick and then it kind of reversed on us. But engulfing and then we can take it down. Here we have that rocket candle. Just take it up after that. We get the engulfing confirmation, pull back and go. Engulf, and this is the sell right there. But Remember, you got to keep in mind what the overall weekly trend is telling us. So this weekly trend is clearly bullish because sells are not possible. You can see how everything was ripping up like that, right? So we'd be looking, oh, here's one right here, right? So pretend like this was inverted and we had this candle coming down, or here. Pretend it's like right here. We had this candle like this making a new lower low, then we can get the pullback and take it, but it's just like a regular candle. So guess when it's a regular candle, you can still have these big wick pullbacks like that and go, you know? Um, but like I said, I want it to be like a rocket candle, not something like one like this. Because then you see after we got this rocket candle here, prices started dropping, right? So that's the signal that we're looking for, and we didn't get it this time. This candle was not it. This is just a regular candle here. We got this at 7 p.m. exactly like we wanted to. We got in. Honestly, oh, this we got in based off of this, which is fine. But no, because we needed to have a rejection candle, have the rejection candle at a proper pullback, right? Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Because we had the rejection candle, but the rejection candle was not at a proper pullback. We didn't want to take it because this is not any part of the structure. This is the whole structure. This is my conflict. This is the whole structure. And here we pull back just a tiny bit here. Now we took the trade down. We need to have a proper pullback, right? We're going to have a proper pullback to somewhere around this area. And then we look for the rejection to then take it down. Okay.